Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I want to show you guys something because I made a couple purchases from the Grailed app. I'm not too sure if you guys are familiar with that app, but you know, there's a lot of positive and there's a lot of negative things about it, and I want to say more negative because there are lots of, you know, cases and issues where there are fake items being sold on there. But it really is like a 50-50 thing. I've purchased a couple things in the past there, but I think the most general thing to do is to assure that when you receive the item, you look at the item thoroughly and make sure that it is, you know, good and there aren't any signs of it being a, you know, B grade or a fake item. So that's very, very important. They do have a really cool return policy, and they are PayPal covered. So if you pay with PayPal, you know, if you received a counterfeit item, then you have every right to return it and get your refund. So I personally think Grailed is amazing. Just know your stuff and know what you're buying, just so you don't get scammed. So what I want to show you guys today are a couple purchases from Grailed. It wasn't one purchase, it was about like 5-6 different purchases, and I've been hunting and eyeing WWF, WCW, and you know, some Tupac Shakur vintage tees. It's really tough to purchase and come across really good ones and not having to pay, you know, like $200 to $700. It's really hard, you know, for the really nice ones, and you know, the ones that celebrities wear, and you know, people who got guap like that, you know, they'd be able to drop so much money just on, you know, really classic, you know, pure vintage tees from a long time ago. But I was able to come across a couple. Some of them were, you know, shipped to me from overseas, and they seem pretty good. And you know, I got a couple WCW shirts, some Tupac shirts, and I found one pretty cool shirt that I was kind of looking for. I'm really excited to show you guys this, and I feel like it's one way to, you know, help you guys look for vintage shirts for under 30 bucks, because all of these I purchased for only under $30, and it was definitely a steal. I think I actually nailed it. Let me know on the comment section down below after the video. Let me know if it was a home run or if I struck out. Let me know. But I want to show you guys these, and I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and check them out. Alright, so the first shirt, guys, is an NWO For Life tee. It's really sick, and it is actually, you know, washed already. It's very faded, a good fade though, and this is an all-style apparel and activewear assembled in Mexico from US fabric. This is an extra large, and what I noticed about these, like vintage tees, they run a little bit tight, because I bought a couple of them at round 2 when I was in Los Angeles, and I didn't even try them on, and they turned out being a little bit tight. I had to stretch them out a little bit every time I would have to wear them. So I suggest going up a size, or maybe 2 sizes if necessary, on vintage tees. It's something that I observed. Check it out. Really cool. It's got some cracking on it, definitely on the print, but it's not a problem actually. You know, I actually don't mind cracking on prints, just because it kind of gives it character in a sense. But here you go, New World Order For Life. Nothing on the back. It's really simple, really cool. If you are a NWO, you know, WCW wrestling fan, you already know how it goes. So this was a really nice piece. I actually wore this yesterday already. I couldn't wait. So it's really sick, really nice. But this next one is another NWO vintage tee. Different seller, but still on Grailed. And you know what I'm saying? I had to get the red one for the one time. You know, you have the OG, the black and white one, but yeah, boy, had to get the red one as well. Really nice. New World Order. That's all it says, just like a little box logo. And then the back, if you guys know X-Pac, here you go. You already know. Pac is in the house. This is so sick, man. So this kind of like topped it off for me, and I felt like, yo, I need to get this really bad. So the first one right here, this NWO tee, was about, I think, $22, and I was able to offer him to bring it down to 18, so that was a steal. And then this one right here, I purchased for $24, no discount. It was just 24 bucks. I just copped it. Really nice. The wash on this one is absolutely amazing. It's slightly better than the other NWO, and it is very soft. It's really nice. It's wet, wet, wet. Slight cracking on the print here, guys. Very, very slight cracking. It's not too bad. And this is Tour Champ. That's the brand. Made in El Salvador. You know, it's very vintage, I guess. You know, it's really nice. It smells vintage. Like, smells, you know what I'm saying, like when you go to the thrift store, kind of smells like that. Really sick. I'm really proud of these, both of these right here, because man, like, it's tough to come across something like this for that price. So for this next one, guys, shout out to the seller that sold me the red NWO tee. This has been sitting on his selling page for about, I don't know, like 2 months. Nobody copped it yet. I'm surprised. But you know, since I bought it, he showed some love and he gave me a free Harley Davidson. It's a Harley Davidson t-shirt. Really cool. I guess you can say it is vintage. It says Puerto Rico on it. It's really dope, actually. Shout out to you, man. It's a 3XL. I tried it on. It's actually not too bad. It's just a very baggy fit, you know what I'm saying? But here's another look. Motorsport, Puerto Rico, wet, wet, wet. Really cool. So this was completely free. Just added it on the order. When I opened it, I was just like, wow, he like added no. That's pretty cool customer service and showing love to people, you know, who like to, you know, purchase these things. That's one small gesture that, you know, means a lot to a buyer. So this next one is a Tupac Shakur long sleeve. It's a Machiavelli brand. Okay, this is, I believe, one of, or the first actual Tupac branding, you know, company to actually start his merch and all that, I believe. So this is what it looks like. It is absolutely impeccable. It looks nice, and on the back it's just quoted right there, all that. You already know how it goes. Really sick. This just slapped on the back is just phenomenal. And then right here you just got his picture, Machiavelli branded, actual Machiavelli, size XL. This is clean, dude. I found this one on Grailed as well, and I only purchased it for about $27, right underneath the limit, you know what I'm saying? Signature right there, fire, and it's stitched on. Absolutely nice. It definitely has a wash on it now. It's more of like a faded blue. So clean, so clean. So I'm really happy I got this one. I personally feel like that was a steal. So this next one right here is where I absolutely dropped the ball. Okay, it's another Tupac shirt, and off the bat you can already see that the shirt is absolutely black, and as if like this was a blank shirt and somebody just printed this on. Kind of disappointing. I didn't pay much for this. It was about 16 bucks. You know, I wanted to, you know, take my chances. It looked kind of faded on pictures, but he just knew how to take pictures. But I'm not tripping, you know. I didn't pay much for this, and I feel like it's a cool project for me to just, you know, get it to a vintage wash myself. I think this print is actually on a real vintage shirt. It's not vintage at all. I feel like this was just a blank shirt and they just printed it on. Took off the tag, said that there's no tag but it's vintage. He had pretty good reviews, good feedback, so I just took my chances, but I don't think it is. I personally don't think it's a vintage shirt at all, but it's a good blank canvas in order to make this look vintage. So I'll probably update you guys on how that goes, and we'll turn this into a vintage shirt. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool. At the end of the day, it's a Tupac shirt. Love Tupac. I think it's a win still. So surprisingly right here, this is one of probably the most favorite out of all the vintage shirts that I bought. NWO, actually, okay, the NWO ones are my favorite, but this is probably my second favorite because I've been, you know, I love BMWs. It's just the type of car that I see myself driving when we make it up there. Like a really nice Beamer would be amazing, and that's just my style. It's my preference. You know, I have my reasons, and I've always wanted a BMW vintage tee, and luckily I would like for the first try when I just searched it, something came up and it was listed at $24 and I copped it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Boom. This is absolutely nuts. So it's Fruit of the Loom, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is an actual BMW shirt, but it seems like it was stitched on. Okay, so I don't really know, but it looks absolutely fresh. Vintage wash. very like faded. And it's Fruit of the Loom, it's an XL, but this is Fruit of the Loom. It's absolutely heavy. It's like a max heavy tee, and it's really nice. And the BMW logo with BMW slapped right next to it. Very simple tee, nothing in the back, just very simple. This is absolutely nice. Good quality like emblem right here. And the stitching right here is just nuts. It feels intact, as if like nobody touched it, but this shirt just aged while this stayed the same. It's very, very nice. Very happy about this one, and you know, I just feel like I feel kind of complete now because I was able to satisfy the, you know, the vintage shirt needs, if that makes sense. I'm still hunting for more. I'm still looking and keeping a lookout for more pieces that I can possibly add to the collection, and this one right here just really topped it off for me. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. Like I said, I'm just gonna make these videos very simple and, you know, very straight to the point because I feel like I need to use my time wisely. I don't have much time to offer, but I will use that time and make it quality in order to deliver content for you guys. If you're looking for vintage tees, definitely look at Grailed. You know, look at the reviews, like look at the sellers' ratings or feedbacks, because that'll let you know if they are a trustworthy seller. Just like eBay, if you guys are familiar with eBay and selling and buying on there. So just take a look, use keywords vintage tees, vintage WCW, vintage WWF, or vintage Harley Davidson, etc. Just search it on the keyboard and most likely everything will pop up. Filter your size, go from lowest to highest or highest to lowest, however you want to do it, and narrow down what you're hunting for, because there's a lot of good stuff on there, and I guarantee it. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate all you for tuning in, and stay tuned for more content. We're gonna drop some bangers, I promise. Appreciate you guys. Peace out. I snapped too early.